Never sell an anvil by the pound. There is a lump of cast iron that used to hang off the tail of a windmill out on the Great Plains. It weighs about 50 pounds. Farmers bolted them on by the thousands, and nobody gave them a second thought. One of them sold at auction for $8,750. I have been picking barns and estate sales across the Midwest for 40 years, and I want to walk you through your own property today. 25 things, starting at the back door and working out to the fence line. Some of them are worth $20, and I will tell you so. A few of them are worth more than the truck parked next to the barn. I am going to give you the honest odds on every one because I would rather you trust me than get excited. And I want you to stay to the end because the last four are where the real money is. And every one of them is something people scrap without blinking. Let us start outside the kitchen door. Number 1, wooden crates, soda crates, seed crates, dynamite boxes, ammunition boxes. Most are $20 to $40, but stenciled advertising is the whole game. A crate with a legible local dairy or hardware name or an unusual product runs into the low hundreds. Never sand the stenciling off. People do it constantly, thinking they are cleaning it up, and they wipe out the value in an afternoon. Number 2, sap buckets and maple equipment. If your family ever tapped trees, those galvanized buckets and the spiles that went with them are in a pile somewhere. Modest money, $20 to $50 a bucket, more for old wooden ones. But check the sap gathering tanks and the marked spiles, because the older stamped ones bring more than the buckets do. Number 3, milk cans and cream separators. Everybody in farm country has a milk can, and almost everybody thinks it is worth something big. Honest answer, $40 to $150 for a good one. The value is in the stamping. A can with a legible dairy name and a town is a local history object, and collectors from that county will pay past the generic price. Plain unmarked can is a plant stand. Number 4, sad irons and flat irons. The heavy solid iron ones your great-grandmother heated on the stove. Common ones are $15 to $30, and there are mountains of them. But the specialty forms are different. Fluting irons, goffering irons, charcoal irons with the little chimney, and the tiny salesman sample sizes reach the low hundreds. Look for a maker's name cast into the top and a shape you do not recognize. Number 5, milk bottles. Do you have a shelf of those thick glass bottles in the cellar? Check the embossing. A plain quart is a $10 bottle. A bottle embossed or painted with a small local dairy that operated for only a few years, especially in an unusual size or with a picture on it, runs from $50 into the low hundreds. Small town and short-lived is the formula. Big regional dairies made too many. Number 6, butter molds and butter stamps. Carved wooden prints with a design cut into the face used to press a pattern into fresh butter. Simple geometric patterns are $50 objects, but hand-carved figural designs, a sheaf of wheat, a cow, an eagle, a pineapple, especially deeply cut and clearly hand-done rather than machine-turned, reach into the several hundreds. Number 7, Dazey butter churns. The glass jar with the crank and the wooden paddles inside. These are marked with a number on the glass, and the number is the whole appraisal. Common sizes are $50 to $100. The small numbers and the rare sizes climb toward $400. Read the glass before you decide what you have. Number 8, advertising coffee and spice tins. Bright lithographed tins from the 20s and 30s, usually stashed in a pantry or used to hold nails in the shop. Common brands run $20 to $60, but rare brands with strong graphics and anything with a paper label still intact go into the hundreds and past 1,000 for the scarcest. Graphics and condition, in that order. Dents kill these fast. Number 9, branding irons. If you ran cattle, or your grandfather did, there is one leaned in a corner somewhere, $50 to $150 for most. More if the brand is a registered one with documented history in your county, and more again for the early hand-forged ones rather than the later manufactured stock. Number 10, hay trolleys. The cast iron carrier that ran along the track at the peak of the barn to move loose hay into the loft. Loudon, Ney, Myers, Porter. $100 to $300 for most, and the patent date is cast right into the side, which dates the piece for free. The hay forks that hung below them are rarer than the trolleys, because they were the first thing to get lost. Number 11, advertising oil cans and handy oilers. Those little cone top cans with a long spout. Plain ones are $5. Branded ones with strong lithography reach 50 to 200, and early motor oil advertising is its own serious collecting field. Number 12. Fishing creels. Wicker baskets with a leather harness hung on a nail in the shed. This one surprises people. A plain creel is a $100 object, but a well-made splint creel with its original leather and hardware intact, particularly the classic New England forms, climbs past $1,000. The leather is what fails. If yours still has straps, that is most of the value. Number 13. Cast iron coffee grinders. The big wheel mills that were bolted to a counter or hung on a wall. Enterprise, Landers Frary, and Clark. Elgin, a wall mount grinder in working order, runs $100 to $300. But the large double-wheel counter models, with both wheels intact, the original drawer, and the painted decoration still readable, reach well past $1,000. Reproductions of these are everywhere. The originals are heavy, the castings are crisp, and the paint is worn where hands touched it, not worn evenly all over. Number 14. Sleigh bells and horse brasses. Do you have a strap of bells in the attic that comes out at Christmas? A short strap with a few bells is $50. A complete original body strap with matched graduated bells, all present, in leather that has not rotted, runs into the many hundreds. Count the bells and check they match in pattern, because mismatched replacements collapse the price. Number 15. Padlocks, specifically railroad locks and what collectors call story locks. Railroad locks are marked with the line, and the scarce lines bring serious money. A common lock is $20. A rare railroad marked brass lock with its original key reaches several hundred and beyond. The key doubles the value, so if there is a coffee can of old keys nearby, do not throw it out. Number 16. Wooden dough bowls, hand-hewn, carved out of a single block, usually oval, usually beat up. This is one of the most undervalued primitives in the country. A machine-turned bowl is a $50 object, a genuine hand-hewn bowl, where you can see the tool marks running across the inside and the walls are uneven in thickness. Runs from $200 into the low thousands for large early examples in original dry surface. Do not sand it. Do not oil it. The surface is the money. Number 17. Poison and medicine bottles. Small embossed bottles from the cellar or the dump behind the house. Clear ones are a few dollars, but cobalt blue, amber, and anything embossed with the word poison, or covered in raised ridges and diamonds, which was a texture so you could feel the danger in the dark, runs from $50 into the thousands for rare forms. Hold every small bottle to the light before it goes in the bin. Number 18. Anvils. Peter Wright, Hay Budden. Trenton. Mousehole. Weight is stamped into the side and so is the maker. A serviceable 100-pound anvil is $300 to $600, and large or early named anvils in good condition climb past $1,000. This is one of the few things on this list where the scrap value is real, which is exactly why so many of them got sold by the pound. Never sell an anvil by the pound. Number 19. Cast iron doorstops. Painted figural doorstops. Dogs, flower baskets, cottages, ships. Hubley made the best-known ones and stamped a model number on the back. A common one with worn paint is $50, but rare forms with strong original paint bring several hundred to several thousand, with auction estimates on scarce examples running as high as $5,000. Original paint is everything. A repainted doorstop is worth a fraction. Number 20. Glass insulators. Those glass caps off the old telegraph and telephone poles, sitting in a window somewhere catching the light. Here is the honest truth. The common aqua and clear Hemingway 42 is a $5 to $15 piece, and there are millions of them. But color changes everything. Cobalt blue, true purple, yellow, and the green collectors call 7-Up run into the hundreds and thousands. A Boston Bottle Works example in an unusual amber went for $16,000. The rarest have crossed $30,000. Aqua is common. Anything else, stop and look it up. Number 21. Early license plates. Porcelain enameled plates from before about 1920, especially the first year a state issued them. Rusty steel plates from the 40s are a few dollars. Porcelain plates in good condition run into the hundreds and past several thousand for the earliest and scarcest states. Number 22. Baskets. Splint baskets, shaker baskets, and the ones woven on Nantucket. Most farm baskets are $50 objects, and they are everywhere. But a shaker attributed basket, or a Nantucket lightship basket, with its wooden base and turned handle, is in a completely different market and reaches into the thousands and far higher for signed examples. Look at the base. A wooden turned bottom rather than woven means stop and get it looked at. Number 23. Gas pump globes. If there was ever a fuel pump on the place, the glass globe off the top of it is one of the most valuable objects on this entire list. Reproductions are common and worth little. Original globes in a real brand run from several hundred into the many thousands, and rare brands go far past that. Original glass has a slight wave to it. The lenses sit in a metal or glass body that shows honest wear, and the color is in the glass rather than printed on the surface. Number 24. Porcelain signs. Speed, seed, hardware, oil, tractor dealers. Not the tin ones and not the reproductions. True porcelain enamel signs, where the color is fused glass on steel and chips, reveal dark metal underneath, rather than paint. These run from several hundred to many thousands, and the best examples reach 5 figures. Grommet holes, layered color you can feel with a fingernail, and a chip that shows dark steel are your 3 tests. Number 25. Cast iron windmill weights. The counterweights that hung off the tail vane of a farm windmill, cast in the shape of roosters, bulls, horses, horseshoes, stars, and crescents. Collectors know these by nickname: the rainbow tail, the barnacle eye, the mogul, the Fairbury bull, the Dempster horse, the rare screw-leg rooster, a barnacle eye rooster from Elgin Wind Power and Pump, sold for $936. A Dempster bobtail horse in white paint went for $950. A silver-painted horseshoe weight brought $1,625, and that screw-leg rooster took $8,750 at Bonham Skinner. They are heavy, they are ugly to most eyes, and they get sold for scrap iron by the pound constantly. If there is a windmill on your place, or there used to be, go look at what came off the tail of it.